Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasha Koholoyimla, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bahashem Kahakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. Just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. Shachanan Nawah, just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And this is a news break article. Opinion. It says New York author rewrites Black American history with cold, hard facts. So when they say stuff like that, of course, they're not really giving the history of our people for real, because we're not blacks, and we're not Americans. You know what I'm saying? We're not a color. Our ethnicity goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We are Hebrew Israelites from our respective tribe, which if you are a so-called black person, you would be from the tribe of Judah. You see, Yahweh, which is the same tribe that Yahushai, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus, comes from. So let's just put that out there and get that straight, because what I noticed in this article as well is, they did say something really. I mean, it's a good article, but a lot of our people don't know no better. They really believe in that African American shit, and a lot of that black this and brown people this, and colors, which the so-called white man have placed upon our people as bywords. Those are actually bywords. Matter of fact, let's haven't gone into that in a while. You can just flow with the spirit on it. But let's get it's in the curses, Deuteronomy chapter 28. And we will be called bywords, and we will be in astonishment. Deuteronomy 28:37, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee. So the Lord sent us into, this captivity that we're in, and we're living in the last days of it, man. We're pretty much about done with it. It's coming to a point where the Lord is going to be making that coming soon, and he's going to get us out of the hands of our enemies, according to Luke chapter 1, because we are in the hands of our enemies. When you read further into Deuteronomy chapter 28, it says that the Lord, we would have to go to our enemies for wants of all things. And we do. We have to go to this man for food, water, clothing. We have to, if we're trying to do anything or open a business or build an extra part on a house or something, or just anything in general, we have to go to this man for his permits, for his licenses, for his permission to do whatever we need to do. So, we know that those scriptures are talking about us, because no other nation has to go through that. Now, don't get me wrong. Okay, if you come to the U.S., of course, you got to live by Salakia. You have to live by the United States laws, but they could easily, go back to their country. You know what I'm saying? Like, if say, for instance, a Russian come here, they can easily go back to Russia. Or if a Chinese person comes here, they can easily go back to China, where their people are ruling and they, have their own rules. Of course, every country has a government, you know what I'm saying? But each one of those governments, by their own people, they administer their own laws. But we don't have that opportunity. We don't have it like that. Wherever we're scattered at, we go by the rules and regulations and live by the laws of the land of wherever we've been scattered to by the Lord. And it's that simple. Well, let's get some of this real quick. Not a long article. It's pretty straight to the point. This is cultural anthropologist. It says The Secret Origins of Black Americans by W.K.S. Ph.D. exposes the real history of the America with archival references. And the evidence is out there. You know what I'm saying? But Esau Edom, he's not going to teach it. If you want to learn this information, you will have to really search for it yourself, or go to they got what they call African studies and all that other shit. Because we're not Africans, we're not Hamites. See, they try and group us up with every single damn body in the continent of Africa. We're not the people that's jumping around with the long ass necks with the beads on their necks and shit. We're not the ones with the big ass plate in their lip. We're not the ones with a big ass bone through the nose. We're not those people. We're not the same people. We are Shemites. We come from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. We don't come from Ham. We're not Hamites. Those are Hamites. over there, man. Now, are our people scattered throughout those lands? Yeah, of course. Because the Lord scattered us everywhere. It's Israelites there, but we are not Hamites. For real. Okay, it says, without the military help of the black freedmen, the war against the South could not have been won. President Abraham Lincoln. The first foundational cities in the United States of America were constructed by black American architects, craftsmen, and laborers like Benjamin Banneker, Wallace A. Rayfield, John A. Langford, George Washington Foster, Verner Woodson, Tandy, Julian Francis Abel, Paul Revere Williams. It's crazy that they got these, and they got Edomite names so cold, man. But we're all named after Edomites, and that's another thing too. You know, we don't have Hebrew names. We don't have Hebrew Israelite names. We have the names of the colonists, man, the colonizers. We have the names of enslavers, man, and that's just real talk. Now, you can talk to people about stuff like that, man. They'll get pissed, even your own people. That's just like people, man, they celebrated the shit out of Thanksgiving. They don't want to hear nothing about, the atrocities that the so-called white man done to the Native American Indians and the so-called blacks and all. They don't want to hear, Jake don't care about nothing like that, man. They are Americanized. Basically, like you had the Hellenist period, of the Greeks. Hey, Jake was Greeks, man, to the core. When they had the Romans was over us. Jake was Romans to the core. So just like in those time periods, our people are Americans to the core. You can't tell Jake he's not an American. They go to the army. They proud to be an American. They'll fuss and fight with you about not, getting down with their, say something bad about America, man, in the presence of some of these clowns, man. They would jump you. Straight up, man. Okay, but it says, okay, so we got a few names on that. The construction of the White House, the Capitol, Wall Street, Harvard, and plantations symbolize ingenuity under oppression. Railroad companies used the enslaved to lay thousands of miles of track in the East and the South. Black Americans patented railroads, lubricants, and mechanical devices. The real McCoy. The Chinese paid laborers constructed 700 miles of train tracks. So the Chinese, they talk about the Chinese as far as building those railroads, but they were paid to do it. So-called Chinese people, they always been, the same, and they're about the buck. They're about that money. That's the reason why, you know what I'm saying, China kind of runs America in a sense, when it comes down to what you go to the store and purchase. You go into the store to purchase anything, it's pretty much going to say made in China on the back of it. They've always been that way. But they get paid. They got paid. The so-called blacks didn't get paid. Here you go. You got Joe Biden and them. He swore into office. He came into office with Kamala, giving Jake that false idea of, yeah, we're gonna work towards reparations. Get the hell out of here, man. You ain't seen nor heard you ain't seen him say nothing about none of that shit. But guess what? How much money is going to Ukraine? How much money has he authorized to go to Israel? How much money? I mean, just in general. Then they want to try and give you a fucking education. Like, oh yeah, we can give you free college. Yeah. Nobody, for what? No, give me the money. I can go and get my own education because I know that your education is just indoctrination. It's just some bullshit. Just give me the bread. I prefer to just go get me a trade. Shit. Open up me a company, man. I'm better off going to try and become a plumber or something, or an electrician or something like that, and start my own company. You know what I'm saying? Just give me the money. I don't need to go to your school for you to tell me about I'm an African American and African studies and shit, and how we're related to Egyptians and all this other crazy shit. Nah, bro, straight on that. Anyway. It says, Black American women depicted in Hidden Figures film calculated the moon landing. From the mid-1800s to the mid-1900s, Black Americans registered over 50,000 patents, ingenious inventions, innovations, and achievements in agriculture, mechanics, medicine, architecture, technology, science, mathematics, astronomy, space travel. NASA's race to the space moved the United States of America ahead. See? America wouldn't be shit without the Israelites, man. This place went, and every great nation, all these nations, man, it came up and got, especially the European nations, man. All them, most of them NATO nations and all those nations, a lot of those nations, man, they came up and went hard because they had the Israelites there to do the work and give them the ideas to handle things. See? Because when you go back into matter of fact, let me see if I can find this real quick. Okay, Daniel chapter 1, right? And this was the captivity of Daniel, of the Hebrew Israelites at this particular time under Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, right? Let me see. Let's just start from verse 1. I want to get the point in verse 3. It says, in the 3rd year of the reign of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, came Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, into Jerusalem and besieged it. And the Lord gave Jehoiakim, king of Judah, into his hand. See, the Lord done that. It wasn't that Nebuchadnezzar had the power to actually do it. It was, every captivity we've ever been into, the Lord sent us into the captivity to our enemies, man, because of disobedience. You see? In the same way that he sent us into captivity, he's going to bring us out of captivity with a strong hand, man. See, these nations going to pay for what they've done, though. They don't get that, Okay, but it says, and the Lord gave Jehoiakim, king of Judah, into his hand with part of the vessels of the house of God, which he carried into the land of Shinar to the house of his God. And he brought the vessels into the treasure house of his God. And the king, this is the point right here. And the king spake unto Aphanaz, the master of his eunuchs, that he should bring certain of the children of Israel and the king's seed and of the princes, children in whom was no blemish, but were favored and skillful in all wisdom and cunning and knowledge and understanding science, and such as had ability to them to take the king's palace, to stand in the king's palace, Salakia, in whom they might teach the learning and the tongue of the Chaldeans. So see, he wasn't trying to deal with no regular just Jake. He wasn't trying to deal with just regular Israelites. He wanted some of the king's children, the princes, because he understood that they had knowledge, they had wisdom. And don't think that see, a lot of those nations, they understood that the Israelites had great wisdom, man, because the Lord spoke of that. Matter of fact, let me see. We talks about this wisdom will be, let me see how it's worded. Yep, Deuteronomy 4 and 6. It says, keep therefore and do them. Now, just talking about the law, statutes, and commandments. This wisdom. It says, keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear of all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. See? So when they get to talking about, Jake swinging from trees, you be over living in a mud hut if it wasn't for us. See, Esau don't understand that we was the ones that actually showed them how to live. They wasn't going for no unskilled men, man. They wanted men of wisdom. And our people had that wisdom because we had the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. We just wasn't living by it like how we should have been to keep us from going into captivity to these people to begin with. Okay, but it goes on. You got NASA scientists, Katherine Johnson, who calculated the moon landing. You got Mae Jemison, the first black woman in outer space. Dorothy Vaughan, Mary Jackson, Jeanette Schism. We already know that, all this is out of place because, the scriptures talks about, let our women learn in silence, from their husbands and things of that nature. And, just not supposed to be in these areas of work, man. I mean, but that's Esau, though. See, Esau, he's an out of order type of character. If it's got to do with order, he wants nothing to do with it. Because why wasn't he putting his women to work to do that shit? First off, I mean, come on, bro. And that's a slap in the face too, man. That our women are have more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding than Esau could ever have. And then at the same time too, you have to realize to talk with that, hey, as far as the serpent and the Eve. You see? Because it wasn't like Eve wasn't learning from Adam. Hey, Adam had all kinds of wisdom. He was the first. He was Yahushai. If you can accept that, he was Yahushai, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus. In one of his lives, He had all kinds of wisdom. So you know he was teaching her. Then here comes the slimy, slithery man. He comes through and get the, kicking it in her ear. And there you have it, man. The fall, man. Anyway, it says Black Americans are aware of Eurocentric history, but not the damage done by Pan-Africanism. See? Afrocentrists and pseudo. The book illustrates how Black American history and culture were pushed aside to uplift Africa. See that? Because that's what the so-called white man wanted to do. See? He wanted you to focus on being a goddamn African. He's not telling. You ask the average so-called black person how many countries is in Africa, they can't tell you. They just think that Africa is just one damn country. They're not going to be able to tell you that, okay, it's 54 countries in Africa. They don't know that. They have no idea how many tribes are there. They have no idea about anything like that, man. Jake, you ask Jake about Africa, they just think that it's one big place that everybody lives over there and they're from there. But see, that's that pseudoscience that Esau used on our people. And let me get this too. And of course I went into the comments. Them white people, boy, they hate that shit. They last thing they want to hear is that a nigga came up with anything that they see themselves to be the inventors of. Because it shows that they invent shit. They didn't invent shit. That's a hard look on Esau, man. But you know what? Esau is being pointed out for who he is, man. That damn slithery ass snake, man. Esau, that 2 Thessalonians 2:3 talks about, the son of, matter of fact, I'm gonna have to just get it. I don't want to mess it up. 2 Thessalonians 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. That's what's happening right now. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the man of sin, the son of perdition, is being revealed to the entire world. The Lord is, lifting up his skirt, so to speak. That shameful spewing is on this guy, man. He can't get away from it. Every other news story you see, it's all over because see, this social media really got him. This social media really done them all kinds of dirty, man. So, and they can't handle that. But anyway, let me go back to that one. 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. See, we're not ignorant of the fact that he throws you for a loop. Now, our people found it hard to believe that they're Hebrew Israelites. They so stuck on Africa, it's crazy. And Esau done well. I will have to say that the Lord done a real number on us. You know what I'm saying? But he used Esau, Edom, to pull a real fast one on us, man. This motherfucker got us believing that we belong to the whole entire continent of Africa. Matter of fact, let me see. Let's just pull up a map of Africa, right? And just see how silly it is for any so-called black person in America to be talking about they fucking African and American. You two continents, man. Here you go. Here's a map right here. Let me see. And Jake really believe this shit. They'll fight you tooth and nail, man, about this, man. They'll get into a straight fight with your ass about this. Oh, that's not what I want. Oh, here you go though. Now they kind of got it a little more broken up, but like if you zoom into it, they give you all these different spots. But man, that continent is huge. So if Jake is running around here talking about the African, yeah, okay. So where you from over there? Where you from over there? What tribe you belong to over there? Where would you go if you was to get on a plane talking about you fucking African? Come on, bro. Anyway, so the lies of Esau, people starting to see, man. This dude, man, is trash, man. Here you go, right here. Here's a better one. Look at all these damn countries over here, man. That's a lot. All right, they selling damn African maps. Anyway, you get the point, though. See, like, look at all them countries in that spot, man. Some of them spots is damn near big as America. Like, look at where Sudan is at, or Libya, or Algeria, right? Congo. Oh man, Esau to pull the number on Jake though, man. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on this, man. It's ridiculous, man. But Esau not gonna give him no credits up. Like I said again, I'm not gonna even go through the comments. I don't even wanna. Should have run your damn pressure up, man. Listening to Esau, because the Lord hasn't forgotten these things, man. That hey, the Lord requires to pass. Matter of fact, let me see if that get rid of some of this shit. See, Esau think he's gonna get away with this shit. Like life's just gonna go on. He's talking about what's gonna be going on in 2075 and 2080. They making plans for the future. They have no idea, man, that this motherfucker may not last another year. Ecclesiastes 3. What is that? I think it's in Ecclesiastes. Let the type in here. It was 3 and 15. Salakia. Ecclesiastes 3 and 15. That which has been is now, and that which is to be have already been, and Yahweh requireth that which is past. So the Lord, he's requiring everything that was done to us in the past. That work that we was doing, all this goddamn shit, all this shit we done built. We built up this entire globe, man, for these so-called white people. It's not just America. we done a lot of building throughout this spot, man, with nothing to show for it. We have nothing except for some damn house that we paying rent for. You know, that doesn't even belong to us. Paying some high-ass fucking car note, some high-ass insurance, paying for expensive-ass gas, trash-ass food, just trying to survive, to go back and forth to work for this man another day, man. That's all we have here. And Jake love it. You know, Jake not, you know, Jake, hey, I guess that's why the scripture talks about who would rile up Jake, man. Who would rile up Judah? Because Judah ought to be tired of this shit. Anyway, though, I just wanted to touch on that, man. I pray that the lesson was edifying with that. Kwame Shalom.